How's it going, everybody? My name is Chad Boughton, and welcome to Hindsight is 2200. Today, we have a very special video brought to you by our friends over at Them Is Games, a company out of Washington that is making games for the visually impaired. And today, we're going to highlight how to play Scrabble. That way, you will know how to play their Scrabble-inspired game called Word Voyance, which you can play now in the beta over at themisgames.com. Anyways, the focus of today's video is to basically teach you how to play Scrabble. And of course, for someone who has never been able to see, you probably have never played Scrabble and really known what to do. So, don't worry, because that's what we're here for today. Of course, I'm not doing this alone. With me is my friend,
Kai.
Yes, as always, and he's going to be my wingman for today's video. So let's get into it and learn how to play some Scrabble.
So in the game of Scrabble, you play the game as if it were a crossword, left to right, up and down, taking advantage of letter tiles to spell out words, and also taking advantage of these multiple what are they, special squares?
Yes, so on the board, which is right in front of us, it's about, I'd say, the size of a personal pan pizza, so a very small square. And on the inside of the square are these different colored squares that have things like double word, double point. So basically there's little squares, and if you put the tiles on them, you get extra points.
And we will get into that later in this video. So with the letter tiles, all letters have different face values, and each letter has different quantities in the pile of tiles. So, for example, the letter F has 2 tiles, but is worth 4 points. To go as it is, let's go through the list.
And also, just for those that are visually impaired and wondering, the tiles are basically as small as like a Cheez-It, if you've ever had a Cheez-It in your life.
A little smaller than a Cheez-It.
Yeah, probably a little bit smaller than a Cheez-It, but it's a square, kind of like a beige tile with a black letter. So yeah, I'm holding up the letter F right now. Anyways, let's get back into the point values of each letter.
Right, so the blank or the wild tile, which is, of course, as it says blank, there's 2 tiles in it. They are worth 0 points. A has 9 tiles and are worth 1 point. B has 2 tiles and is worth 3 points. C has 2 tiles and is also worth 3 points. D has 4 tiles worth of 2 points. E has 12 tiles and is 1 point. F is 2 tiles and is 4 points. G has 3 tiles and is worth 2 points. H has 2 tiles and is worth 4 points. I has 9 tiles and are worth 1 point. J has 1 tile and is worth 8 points. K has 1 tile and is worth 5 points. L has 4 tiles and is worth 1 point. M has 2 tiles and is worth 3 points. N has 6 tiles and is worth 1 point. O has 8 tiles and is worth 1 point. P has 2 tiles and is worth 3 points. Q has 1 tile with a whopping 10 points. R has 6 tiles worth 1 point. S has 4 tiles with 1 point. T has 6 tiles with 1 point. U has 4 tiles with 1 point. V has 2 tiles with 4 points. W has 2 tiles with 4 points. X has 1 tile with 8 points. Y has 2 tiles worth 4 points. And finally, Z has 1 tile with another whopping 10 points.
Now, explain to me, if you can, why exactly do some have more than the others?
So, basically, if you're trying to give a point value to letters,
Yeah.
is how easy it is to use that letter in a word.
Right.
So Q is a lot harder to use in a standard word, so you have to be kind of lucky with what you draw.
Yeah, like O, there's a lot of O's, but they're only worth 1 point.
And that's why E has 12 tiles, because it's used so often.
Exactly. So just because the word's used less or more often, it can kind of determine what their value is.
Yes, and it also determines how the game is played. So if someone plays For example, zone.
Mm-hmm.
Z is in there. There's only one tile.
Right.
But you can play off of that.
Right. Alrighty, guys. Now, with all that out of the way, let's start getting into the actual gameplay of the game. So, first things first, we gotta do the setup. And basically, what you're gonna need is you're gonna, of course, need the board that you play the words on, which again is in the middle of our table. You're, of course, going to need the tiles. Very important. Can't play the game without the tiles.
So ours are in the bag. They
Yes.
say if you don't have the bag, you can have it face down.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely a lot more organized in the bag.
And it's easier, because
Yes.
you don't have to put each individual tile face down.
Yes.
Because the way that you determine who goes first is you both draw a tile.
Yes. We did this off screen, but we're just going to explain it to you. What you would do is, for example, I would draw one of these tiles out of the bag.
Yep.
You would go ahead and draw one out of the bag.
I get one. Let's see what I get. All right.
So you have
What
the
do I
letter
have?
E.
I have a E. All right.
E. I have the letter S.
All right. So in this scenario, I would go first.
Yes.
Because the way that it is determined is whoever draws the tile closest to A goes first. And of course, if you do get a blank tile, you automatically go first because the blank is an A. It can be
Yes.
anything you want. So in this scenario, it is an A.
I don't think you would ever say pulling a blank for first going, yeah, this is a Z.
Yeah. Yeah.
But after doing that, you'd add those letters back into the bag and you would draw 7 tiles and put it on your board. Your boards as in your little play areas.
Yeah, you have like a little tray
Yes.
that you set 7 tiles on. You always have 7 tiles at one time. So you put them on your little tray, and you know.
can start. This is a tray that only you see.
Yeah.
Or in the game for, I guess it'd be read to you.
Right. So for those that are, of course, taking this and using it as a basis to play word voyance, you would have your tray. It wouldn't be a physical object. It would basically just be a line of the tiles on the bottom under where the board's going to be, and it's going to read out your letters to you. So again, you'll have 7 letters, and then basically using voiceover, you can read off each individual letter and know at all time what tiles you have.
So if you're playing the physical version, you would have a score sheet along the side, calculating points and finding out who the winner is at the end of the game. Again, with the, was it word voyance?
Yes.
I'm pretty sure that's going to be calculated automatically.
Yes, so automatically it is calculating, and it also keeps track of your opponent's score as well.
Yes. So how to play, the first player combines 2 or more of his tiles into forming a word. Again, going from up and down or left to right.
Can I do diagonal?
No, you cannot do a diagonal. But you do have to start with the center star.
Yes.
And that center star does count as a double word score.
Yes, so in this scenario, since I drew an E, which makes me go first,
Yes.
I am going to get the double points. Alright guys, so now we're going to move on to actually starting to play a game. So basically we're going to run through all the point values, the different ways you can play. And basically to make this easy, I'm going to have Kai help play for me.
Yes.
It's just easier, of course. Unfortunately, with me being visually impaired, I can't really see what letters I'm getting, and I don't really know, of course, where the words are being played on the board. So, just to make this a little easier, Kai is going to be me and himself. It just makes things a little easier. So, let's get in. Let's see what letters we draw first, and let's see what words we can start creating.
So it looks like for your first hand, you are able to create the word people.
Okay.
You want to go with that?
Let's see, that's 6 tiles. Yeah.
Alright.
What way would be the best? Should I do up and down, left, right?
Let's start by going up and down.
Alright, we'll start with up, down.
So I am going to I'm doing this upside down.
Yeah.
So
Just mind that he's doing this upside down.
So we are using this. We're going on the star. We're starting with the E on the star, actually.
Okay.
So since that is a double word score, we'll keep that in mind as we are calculating this.
Right.
So P-E, O, if I can get these in the board. he's got those little pegs, so
Yeah.
he's got to be precise.
There's like 8 pegs that help keep the tiles from sliding around.
L, E. And we also hit a double letter score down here on the bottom. So
what does that actually mean?
So you would calculate first, you would do the double letter score, which is on an E, so that would be 2 points instead of 1.
Okay.
But you have the double word score, so you would calculate everything that you did, including that 2 instead of the 1 for the E.
Gotcha.
And double it.
Okay. So what's my score right now off of people?
So the piece is a 3, you got 1 for an E, a 1 for a O, another P, which is 3, a 1 for an L, and a 1 for E, but that bottom E is a double letter, so that turns into 2.
Right.
So you got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 5, including that E. You got an 8, so is that 11? And then you would double that, so you got 22 points.
Alright, not a bad way to start off. Alright. 22.
Alright.
Let's see what
Now you would have to draw back all the letters that you had,
right,
all the tiles that you missed.
That was 6 tiles, right?
Yes, so go ahead and draw those out.
Alright.
Alright, so it's my turn. I'm going to go ahead and play blind. I'm not playing blind.
I am, though.
I am playing the word blind.
He's playing with a blind person.
I am. Alright. So BL. I'm connecting the blind using the L from people. And I have a double word score with the last letter D on the end. So scoring that, I would calculate, we got 5, we got 1, 2, 3, a 2 for a D, that's 5, plus 3, so that is 8, and I would double that to be 16.
Alright, not bad either.
Alright, let me get 4 letters.
So let's rearrange some tiles here as well in the meantime.
So Chad, it looks like that you can play, well, play off of people.
Alright. Yeah, so that would be...
You're going to have to go left to right.
Yeah, I was about to say I can't do
Yes.
up. I can't do going up because that would just be weird. Because that would also not. Because the thing you have to keep in mind is, say if you played off of the P going up,
well,
that wouldn't spell a word.
It won't spell a word because you're going up to down.
Yeah.
So
it's important that you keep in mind how you're playing it. So
you are getting a double letter score on the L.
Okay.
You're playing off the first P in people and creating play. And that was, what did we say, that double letter score?
Yes, that was a double letter score.
So you do count the letter from the P, but you do not get
any points.
Well, you get points from the P,
right.
But let's say you're playing off of this E. I'm going to flip that off. Since that is a double words tile, you do not get that bonus.
Gotcha.
As I destroy the board.
Yeah, don't do that.
So
I can't help fix it.
Right. So you got a 1, a 2. So you got 1 that's an L, a 1 that's an A. So that's 2 plus a 3 for your P. That's 5 plus 4 is 9 points. But you have that double letter score that makes it 10 because it's on the L. And we will total these at the end. All right. Go ahead and grab your 3.
All right, thank you.
As I drop the bag.
Yep, I got it though. And I got. No, come back. I got 3.
All right. Now I am going to go ahead and play the word even, but I am going to. So you can play up and down, but you can also play parallel.
Yeah.
As long as the words connecting, or the letters connecting, do create a word. So I'm going to play even just below the Y in play. I get a double letter score, and that is it. But since I created 2 words, I count both words. So with that, I created the word even, but I also created the word ye, as in you. Old folk. So
Getting fancy.
I am getting fancy. That was a double letter. So even, I have 1 point for E, 1 point for E, 1 point for N. I have a double letter for V, which is 4, so 8. So that is 11.
Mm-hmm.
And then I also add the 5 for the Yi.
Right.
So that would be, what, 16?
Yes.
So
I had to think there.
Right. So as long as it does create a word, you can go parallel from a single word, but you count both words that you created.
Yeah. I mean, it seems simple, but this can actually get quite complicated.
Yes. I'm going ahead and going to grab 4 more.
Yeah, give some 4 more. Alrighty, my friend. What can I spell this turn?
You got 2 moves.
Okay.
You can either do the word now,
Okay.
or you can do can.
Where can I play now off of?
You can play now off of even, and you're going to be hitting a triple letter score.
Alright, let's do that.
Alright. So building off of the N in the even, you got an O on nothing, but you got W on the triple letter score.
Right.
So if I add that, you got the N is 1, the O is 1, the W it counts as 4.
Gotcha.
You would triple that. 12.
The W, 4 becomes 12.
4 becomes 12, and then you'd add the other 2, making 14.
Gotcha. There we go.
Now, I cannot spell anything off of this, so I am going to discard a portion of my letters.
Now this will count as his entire turn.
It does, and I am putting away 4. Actually, I'm going to go with 5 and pick up 5 more and put those in my tray.
And at the same time, I also need to get a couple more tiles.
You do. You need 2 more.
Yep.
I will give those to you.
Alrighty.
Here you go.
Thank you, sir. I got them right there.
Alright, so since I exchanged tiles, and basically lost a turn, you can still play can.
I still have for can.
Yes.
Where am I playing can off of?
You're going to be playing it off of blind.
Off of the
And in
N?
blind.
Okay, yeah, that's what. Yeah, let's do that.
Alright. I'm going to start with the A. Working up, you got a triple letter word again, or triple letter score, and you got the C on nothing. So you got the C that's 3, you got the N that's 1, and the A is a 1, but it's on a triple letter, so it's 3. So
it
you got
sucks
7.
It was only worth 1.
Yeah, you gotta play it. Sometimes you gotta play it right.
Yeah.
But that counts as 6 points.
Yeah, it's better than nothing.
Now, I, ironically, can play Scrabble.
No lie?
No lie.
That's funny.
So, I'm going to work it backwards off of the E. So,
right.
as I said before, since this E is on a double word score, I cannot use that double word score because it's already played.
Gotcha.
But I am going to build off of the E in people, the top one, and I have a blank, which I'm going to use as a B.
Exactly.
Now, when you have a blank, the person that's playing it says what letter it is, and for the rest of the game, that blank is that letter. So I'm saying that's a B.
So it is now forever a B.
It is now forever a B. You cannot go and go, well, it's just a blank, I can use it whenever.
No. It has to be played as a B for the rest of
Yes.
the game, because he chose it to become a B.
Alright, let's see, I got an A, R,
C,
and S.
and S.
So my S lands on a triple word score.
You're going to get so many points.
But I also have a double letter score on that A, which unfortunately is only 2 points.
Yeah, but you're still going to get so many points from that one word.
Yep. So since the blank counts as nothing, it's no points, I have 1 point for an E, 1 point for an L, blank with no points, B has 3 points, that A is considered 2 points now because it's on the double letter score. You got the R, that's 1 point, C, that's 3 points, and that S, that is 1 point. You'd add all those together, then you would do the triple word score. So the total here as it lays with that double letter score is 12 points. Now, since it is on a triple word score, you now times that 12 by 3, making this 36 points.
Dang, that's a lot of points.
Gotta play the words right.
I know. Ironic you get all those points off of the word Scrabble.
Scrabble. Well, if you're able to actually play it correctly, you could technically get a 2 triple word scores going from the top corner to the center, and such you would get, 12 times, what's that, 9?
Right. Yeah, so that's a bingo. That's 7 tiles played in one turn, so you're actually going to earn more than just 36 points.
Yes, so since it's played more than 7 tiles, you can get an extra 50 points because it is a bingo.
So it's not 36.
It's not 36, it's 86.
Yeah, that's a lot of points.
So,
just off of one word, you got 86 points. That's pretty ridiculous.
Is.
You play it right, you might just get a lot of points.
So I think we're going to end it there. Normally you would play until all the tiles are gone or until everyone cannot play any more words.
Yeah, so basically if you start getting down towards the end and you start getting a row that you can't spell anything on, that's when you kind of like, all right, it's time to call it.
Yes.
Well, all right, but of course, before we end the game, we have to tally up those scores. So, Caden, tell me, what's them scores looking like?
So, with your words totaling between the 4, you got 22 on people.
Right.
You had 10 on play. You had 14 on now, and you had 6 on can.
Gotcha.
Your total is 52 points.
Not bad.
So, I played blind off of people with 16 points. I played even off of and ye, creating 16 points. Then Scrabble with a bonus is 86 points, equaling 118 points.
So, even though I technically played more words than you, you were able to win because your words were valued higher than my words.
Valued higher, played on more special tiles.
So basically, it's kind of like a good example of like, it doesn't matter whether you play more or less. If you play it right, you can win.
Yes.
Yeah. So it doesn't matter I had more words than you. You played yours smarter and on where it would matter most. And because of that, you were able to beat me with less words.
Indeed.
Well, all right, my friends. I hope you have enjoyed this little how-to video when it comes to Scrabble. And now that you know how to play, why not head over to Them Is Games and play their Scrabble-inspired game, Word Voyance. Please check it out, tell me what you think, and tell them what you think, and maybe even mention that you found them through us.
Go challenge some blind people in some Scrabble.
Yeah, exactly. Come kick our butts, or come lose to us. Anyways, take care, guys, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.
Goodbye.